Hiya, this is the third video of the travel agent game series. So if you haven't watched the other ones, basically we're going to use a random country generator to generate two countries, a random month generator to generate a random month in this year, and we're going to try and plan out a holiday between the two destinations in as fast a time as we can for as cheap a price as we can. So let's see what countries we get first. We're going to go with two European countries. Portugal to Guernsey. It's going to be quite interesting. And the month we're going for is in July, so the Portuguese man wants a summer holiday to Guernsey. Okay, that is going to be interesting. So, so Guernsey is here. It's a Channel Island owned by the UK, Crown Dependency, and Portugal is down here, so they're not too far away. I wonder if there's is there a boat you can... No, surely not. Well, let's try and look for flights between the two. So we're not going to go for Skyscanner because it's probably not going to be a direct flight for this one. But if we use Rome to Rio, stop laughing. Oh, this can be interesting. Okay, so we're going to go from Portugal. Rome to Rio is a really good site for finding ways to get between two quite obscure destinations. I'm not saying Portugal's obscure, but Guernsey is. Let's see what it comes up with. Okay, so ridiculously, Rome to Rio reckons you can do it for as cheap as £19, flying from Porto to Alderney. That's with connections in what? In Geneva, is that when it loads? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Geneva down there. And then up to Southampton, and then down to not even Guernsey to Alderney, which is a completely different island. Okay, so £74 flying from Lisbon to Guernsey with a connection in what? A connection. Oh, sorry. That's Gatwick Airport. I didn't realise Gatwick Airport was that far out of London. Shows how good I am as the travel agent in this. So we're looking at July. I think this looks like our best bet with a change it. Was it Gatwick? Yeah, Gatwick Airport. Or 49. That's to Alderney again. Okay, so let's try and go for this one. So we want to look for flights between Lisbon and Gatwick, and then Gatwick to Guernsey. So let's use Google Flights for this. Sorry about the hysterics. It just surprised me a bit. Guernsey, such a random trip, but that's what this is for, I suppose. So Lisbon, Portugal to Guernsey. Now, I don't think Google Flights lets you just put the full month in. So we're going to go and put in some example dates. So if we look back at the month of March or the month of April, it looks like they're doing it daily. It's quite expensive. It's in the 300s, but it's maybe slightly cheaper on Thursdays and Mondays. So let's plan a Monday to Monday trip in July. So let's try 5th to 12th. We'll try that first. Okay, no results. Is there a date grid? No flights, no flights, no flights. That's not good. What if we go down? Okay, so there's no flights down here. So what about if we... Oh, that was interesting. Okay, so that doesn't seem to be working for us. So what we can do is we can get two Google Flight tabs open, and we'll look for the Lisbon to Gatwick flights. We'll still go Monday to Monday. Let's try Lisbon to Gatwick and Gatwick to Guernsey. I always find it weird how these relatively short flights between, say, like Gatwick and Guernsey end up being twice the price of a flight from like Lisbon to Gatwick. I suppose it's a less popular route, but I don't see how it's justified. Okay, so these are coming up at about bang on 200. Just out of interest, if we did that, say, on a Thursday. Oh yeah, so it's a bit cheaper later in the week. Let's try Thursday to Thursday. Get that for 140. Okay. Lisbon to London. Can we move that to the Thursday? A few pound more expensive Thursday to Thursday. But it might be worth it considering we're saving £60 on the Gatwick to Guernsey flight. So we have morning flights here. Same price all throughout the day, and they're going at 8, 12, 4, 7. So say if we got the EasyJet flight from Lisbon to Gatwick on the 8th, getting to Gatwick for 9:25, and then we'd be out on the 11:55 from Gatwick to Guernsey. So let's select those flights. And then coming back from Guernsey to Gatwick, could arrive back at 11:20, or let's go even later. So we'd arrive back at 3:40, and then the flight out of Gatwick back to Lisbon would be 5:15. So let's select that flight. So I'm pretty happy with these flights actually. So if I just use the calculator on my phone, I'll put the numbers up on the screen afterwards. So we've got £83 for the return flights from Lisbon to London, and we've got £91 for the return flights from Gatwick to Guernsey. So that's a total flight cost of £174. This is for a trip for a week between the 8th. No, the pen's not working, but from the 8th to the 15th in July, so I'll have to remember that. So now we want to look for accommodation for this guy, so I usually use Hostel World, as you might have seen. Just get a cheap hostel. Sometimes these places like Guernsey there cannot be very many hostels on them because it might not be that kind of place. Okay, Hostel World doesn't have Guernsey as a search option, so let's use booking.com actually. Booking.com comes up with the previous result of Copenhagen. If you saw the Chester to Copenhagen video. Guernsey. Check in on the 5th. Leave in on the 12th, was that right? Oh no, sorry, it was the 8th till the 15th, wasn't it? Because we changed it. So 8th till the 15th, 1 adult, no children, 1 room. See what the cheapest place we can get is. It's for a super budget trip. £378 is the cheapest apparently in July for that week. Let's have a look on. Let's just search generically cheap hotels Guernsey. See what comes up. So let's have a look maybe on lastminute.com. Just to double check that we can't get anywhere cheaper than that, because it doesn't surprise me massively. Because, like I say, small locations like that can sometimes be quite expensive, but we don't really want to be paying that much. It's not coming up when you search Guernsey there. Let's keep looking. 56 Guernsey B&Bs and hotels from £24. from the 8th till the 15th, one adult. Solo traveller from Portugal. Oh, that's February. This, I have a feeling this is just booking.com, but with a different cover on it. Yeah, in fact it definitely is. Okay, so let's just have one last search for hostels in Guernsey. Look on info hostels. Top destinations from €40. See, there's obviously not that many cheap. €40 work out any cheaper? I don't think so. GuernseyTravel.com, let's have a look. Price low to high. Okay, Guernsey. Accommodation only. Doesn't seem to be an option. Let's just try accommodation travel. There we go. In July 8th to the 15th, one adult. Sort by price low to high. Yeah, so that's coming up with 560. So I think probably the 378 is the cheapest we can get. Let's have a look at this. 2-star Pandora hotel. Looks very nice for a 2-star. Well, it looks really nice. Any idea what the room's going to look like? See if we can skip through these photos, find a picture of the rooms. So maybe something like this. So that was 378, right? Yeah, 378. So if we round up this trip, we are flying from Lisbon to Gatwick and then Gatwick to Guernsey, staying for 7 nights in the Pandora Hotel, flying back from Guernsey to Gatwick, from Gatwick to Lisbon, and the full price is £552.